All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We are back. Episode number 101. Getting closer to 200? No, not quite there yet. Thank you so much for joining. Today is Wednesday. Hopefully, you're having a great day. A little bit rainy and overcast here over in Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's been like that for a while, a little bit gloomy, but temperatures at least hasn't been that bad. So there's that, I guess. And today it's going to be a little bit shorter video today because unfortunately I don't have very much time. I've been doing a lot of running around trying to get government of Canada stuff, passports and stuff all figured out and sorted out. And it's just been a little bit of not a nightmare at all, but just a lot of running around, getting people to sign things and what have you with the kids, going from their kids' passports to adults. And anyways, it doesn't run as smoothly as you would like it to run. Let's just leave it at that. And today what I want to do is just have a little bit of a talk about what my plan was with Pixel Media and then also with Unconventional Mindset, and just see if I can reconcile and put them together, because for the longest time I've always wanted to have a podcast. I still do. I really want to have it, but I think what's been going on in my head is I'm really trying to figure out a really, really narrow focus, right, into what it is that I'm doing, both in the services that I offer to clients, but as well in the things that I do in order to market myself and to promote myself. Now, I guess you could say there's two different types of marketing you can do. There's kind of paid marketing, which is buying ads, TV spots, newspaper spots, whatever the case may be, just, distributing flyers through the mailboxes. Those are paid ads. And then there's the just general organic social marketing, which is going on social media, posting YouTube videos, writing blog posts, guest posting on other people's things, all those things that you can kind of do for free, and like real world networking. All those things are kind of that organic growth that you want to have, where I kind of consider that kind of building up your brand, right? Everything that you do, that you publish online, goes towards your brand and your goals. So I want to focus more on the latter. I don't want to do any of the paid stuff. I want to focus on growing organically, so that way I know that I can sustain myself. Because a lot of companies say if you're heavily reliant on getting your income or your clients through advertising, if the advertising dries up, then your clients dry up, right? So I don't want to be reliant on that. I want people to always be coming towards me because they find me on social media or what have you. So I really want to focus on that. So that's kind of the goal. And one of the reasons why I split up Pixel Media from Unconventional Mindset was that the Unconventional Mindset is kind of this whole idea of how you go about building a business and just documenting that process. And then over time, eventually getting to the point where, hey, if I do build a multi-million-dollar business, then at some point I could start talking about, well, number one, my experiences of doing that, but also helping other people and saying like, hey, you know what, why don't you try this, and give a little bit of advice, right? To be maybe a little bit more helpful than just documenting. But that's like, 5 years down the line when I actually have experience in doing what it is that I would want to advise other people. Like, I'm a very firm believer, of course, being authentic and being honest. And I can't teach what I don't know. And I don't know what it's like to make $1 million company, right? So there's no way I'm going to go on here and start talking about that kind of stuff. But in 5 years from now, Pixel sells for, $150 million, whatever the case may be, it just does really, really well. Then I'll have the knowledge of, hey, you know what? I built a $150 million company. So yeah, maybe I don't know how to build a $150 million, coffee brand or something like that, but I do know stuff about business because I've been successful in business. And there are certain things that I would like to put out there that I could, hopefully, teach, I guess you can say, right? Because I love that whole aspect of teaching. Anyways, the point being is I wanted to have on the Unconventional Mindset, it's all about documenting the process, but I also wanted to have a podcast where I can talk to other entrepreneurs and other business owners to find out what it is that they do, learn from them, discuss them, just have great stories and meet, great new people, all that fun stuff. The problem that I've been thinking in my mind is that right now I'm getting a lot busier in the day-to-day in terms of the stuff that I need to do for my clients. I'm getting busy with that. And then I need to find the time to, of course, do the marketing for Pixel to get people to understand who Pixel is, Pixel are and what it is that I do, and, you know, try to get all that, you know, organic traffic. And I know I was talking a lot about YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff, putting that on hold and kind of ho-humming as to what I'm going to do. But I need to focus on getting clients in the door and getting people to know me for what I do, so I can get to a point where I have a sustainable income and enough people kind of knocking at the door, you know, emailing me for leads or whatever, that people know me, so that I don't really have to worry about, you know, like if I stopped everything, then I know I'd still be okay. There'd still be customers that would be flowing in, whether it's through finding me on social media or YouTube or whatever the case may be. So I'm finding that in order to do that, the best way to do that is probably not through starting a podcast right now, but through doing something that's more dedicated to Pixel. And whether that's probably a combination of starting the YouTube channel, which I had to do, which I wanted, and then I kind of put on the back burner, but starting that and then teaching the stuff that I know about web design, teaching the stuff that I know about marketing, and teaching what I know about Webflow and search engines and optimizing your website, all that kind of stuff. Just teach the stuff that I know that I've been doing for you know, the past, you know, 15 years or whatever, however long it's been. So, and I know I've said before in the past that it's not my cup of tea. It's not something that I like. My passion of everything in the world is not like web design, right? But I'm really good at it. I do like it. And I have to think in my mindset, my passion is for helping people and helping people, you know, kind of break through and, you know, go for doing things that are important to them, right? I think that's really important and something that I'd like to strive for, both in my business and, of course, in this unconventional mindset. So with all that being said, I think I've really come to the conclusion that I really need to make sure that most of my day, you know, I don't know exactly how I'm going to break this down, but something like, you know, 30% of my time goes for actually doing the client work, doing the work that I need to do. So work, you know, I think that's work in the business. And then like another 30% is working on the business. So that is the marketing that I need to do, writing blog posts, writing social media posts, writing scripts for YouTube videos, all that stuff. And then the 20%, what is it, 40%, or maybe another 30, maybe it's like a third, I don't know. So there's working on the business, working in the business, and then the next is maybe like this live stream as well, which is the unconventional mindset, where I'm documenting the process of starting this business, right? So, which is also, again, there's a lot of overlap there as well too, because I could live stream my process of writing scripts for videos, right? So, and then I could just, with the unconventional mindset, I still want to build that newsletter, and that newsletter is going to be just me dumping the information that I'm learning, stuff that I'm trying, that I'm experimenting with, the hypotheses that I'm going to come up with in terms of how I think I can grow my business. I'll come up with those, and then a month later we have the data, and then we could analyze them. You know, all that stuff is kind of going to go in there. So it'll be this really cool repository of all the work that I'm doing to try to build this company. So I think I really need to focus on getting that specific thing, and I'll bring my website up here, just so while I'm talking, while I'm thinking about it, I can go, okay, so right here, if you see the plans, so I definitely want to focus on these two plans. So startup is reaching out and having customers that are new entrepreneurs, new business owners that want a website, need a website, and they want someone to just manage everything for them, and they don't have to worry about anything. I want to get those customers. And then also with the scale, with growth, people that are wanting to go more, right? To do the search engine optimization. So we'll write content for them, and then we'll help them get ranked better through Google, you know, over time, right? So I need to focus on getting a certain amount of clients there. Like really, honestly, like having, you know, between 2 and 5 people in scale, and then, you know, about 10 to 15 people in startup. That's even a lot. Like just getting, you know, 2 people in scale and maybe what, the 5-to-1 ratio, and then 10 people in startup. That would be a great ratio for me to be like, okay, things are going really, really well in this business. Now I could start growing this business. And maybe once I get to a certain point where I can hire somebody on, then I can maybe start thinking about branching off into doing a podcast or something like that. So I really need to get people to buying, not buying into my, but I really need to start focusing on getting clients. That's what I really need to do. And I need to focus on putting high quality content out there to attract those clients. So that's what I need to do. That's what I want to focus on. And I have a lot of time to focus on that. And I think by going part of doing the work and then also doing podcast, which I do think will help get people to know who I am. But I think doing it this way is, I just think it's better for me to start, because I think I can target, like with specific videos, like how do I build a website? How do I start a Webflow? How do I do search engine on optimization on Webflow? How do I increase my rankings? How do I update whatever the case may be on your website? All those things I could write specific content and make specific content to solve those people's problems. And then I think that'll help me get those clients faster than starting a podcast and going more that generic route, right? And then when I get more established as an entrepreneur, someone who's doing really well, who's building his own company, who's, taking it to like, maybe, I get to the point where I was like, okay, well, I'm generating $20,000, $30,000 a month in recurring revenue. That's awesome. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? So then I could talk about that, and then I could have a little bit more clout when I try to get more people or get people onto the podcast. So that's what I think I'm going to do, is to really focus on Pixel and put all my eggs in that basket, I guess you can say. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think. I'd really love to know what you think, especially if you're out there trying to run your own business, starting your own business, trying to figure out exactly how to allocate your time, because, we all have 24 hours in the day. I'd really love to hear from you what you think and what it is that you're doing. And if you have any advice for me, I would love to hear it. So that's it. It's really short today. I will be back tomorrow after I have something to do with a client tomorrow. So I will be back. I should be back by my regular time at 2:00 tomorrow, and we'll have much longer time where I could actually get down and do some work. But right now I got to go work on some client stuff. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching. Much appreciated. And we'll see you here tomorrow on Thursday with a brand new live stream. All right, guys, take it easy.